In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can set up advanced conditional formatting rules in Excel like a pro. And for this example, I'm using my NFL template to track games. And if you want to download this template, I'll leave a link in the description for this video for where you can get it. But what I want to do here is I want to highlight games that are involving teams on my watch list. So I've got a watch list here. And let's say I want to track games involving the Dallas Cowboys. Let's also select, let's say the Detroit Lions. Let's also grab another one, say the New England Patriots. So I want to see any time these teams are involved in one of the games, whether the home team or the away team. So in this situation, I need to set up a bit of a complex conditional formatting rule because I'm using an OR function to look at both column E and column I. And basically, if let's say the Dallas Cowboys are in either column E or column I, then the condition is met and I want the conditional formatting rule to apply. So rather than going in and just jumping in and creating a formula in the conditional formatting, it's a lot easier to actually just set up your formula in your spreadsheet first. Because what you want to do is you want to make sure that your logic is correct before you actually paste it into the conditional formatting rule, because it's a lot more difficult at that stage to make changes if you need to. So what I'm going to do is start by setting up my formula here. I'm going to use the OR function because I'm looking at multiple conditions. I'm looking at the away team and the home team. So for my first condition, for my first logical condition, I'm looking at whether this value is found in this watch list. So what I'm going to do is use the match function to say, okay, look up this value for the away team and within this lookup array. So I'm going to select that entire array where I've got my possible teams for my watch list. And for the match type, I'm going to type in 0 for an exact match. What I'm also going to do is add an if error statement before this, because just in case there isn't a match, I want to return a value of 0. And so this will cover me in case there's an error it's not found. And so my logical statements is going to be doing a match function against that range. If it's not found, returns a 0. And so I'm going to say if it's greater than 0. So in other words, if something's found, then the condition is met. The one thing I'm going to need to do is freeze these cells. So A14 to A21, that's where my watch list is. So that cannot change. So I'm going to key in F4 and F4 to freeze that range. I'm also going to freeze column I in this case. So column I here. So that way, regardless of which cell I'm on, it's always going to look at column I. I don't want that to change. It's always going to be looking at the away team. So whether I'm highlighting this cell or this cell or this cell or this cell, it doesn't matter. It's always going to be looking at column I. So that's important to freeze that as well. So that's my first rule. And my second rule is going to be really similar to this. So I'm just going to copy this, Control C, put a comma, and now my second argument here, I'm going to paste this in, and this time instead of I4, I'm going to type in E4 because that is where the home team is. So basically how this works is it's looking at, okay, is this value found in this watch list or is this value found in this watch list? If it is, my conditional formatting rule is going to apply. So in this case, I can just close this out because my goal is to either get a true or a false result. So I'm going to hit enter. And so here you can see I've got a true response, which is correct because the Dallas Cowboys, they're on my watch list, so they're found. I'm going to copy this down here and let's test it out. So I've got another true value here, and the New England Patriots are on my watch list, so that is correct. So if I copy this down here, I've got the Detroit Lions also returns a true value. So you can see my conditional formatting rule is set up correctly. Now, the one thing that I'm going to do before I actually set up my conditional formatting rule, I'm going to copy this, but before I do that, I'm going to change this range. Right now it's looking at the fourth column or the fourth row. And I'm going to change this to row 1 and row 1 here as well. Now my formula looks like it's not going to work, but this is how I want it to be set up. Because I'm selecting the entire columns for my conditional formatting, I have to start at row 1. So I'm going to copy this, hit Control C, and now I'm going to select all these columns, B through L, because I want the conditional formatting rule to apply to all of these cells. You know, if I was starting at row 2, then my formula would have to start at row 2, because you know, if I start on row 1 and my formula starts on row 5, it's always going to have that offset there, and I don't want that. I want it to start at the first row that I've selected. So I'm going to go to conditional formatting, create a new rule, use formula, and I'm going to paste my formula in there. So you see I've got E1. That's really important, that initial range, because this is a really easy mistake to make, because it needs to start on the exact first row that I'm selecting. If I only applied my formatting from row E4, from row 4, then this should be E4. Basically, that's how it works. So the conditional formatting is automatically going to change based on those different cells unless I've frozen them. So I'm going to click Format, and now for the fill color, I'm going to select yellow. The font color is going to be black. I'm going to hit OK. OK. And now it's a little off here. You'll notice it's not highlighting the correct ones. I'm going to go back into conditional formatting, manage rules, and I'm going to edit the rule. And this sometimes can happen with conditional formatting when you set up formulas. You notice it messed up my entire range here. It selected all the cells here. I just wanted, or the last row, I just wanted to start at 1. So this sometimes is just something you need to do when you set up the conditional formatting, because it can do that when you first set it up, but this is a one-time fix. I'm going to hit OK and apply, and now it's fixed. Now when I go back in here, you can see it's correct. And so it's not going to change on me. If I go back into conditional formatting again, it's still back at row 1. So that's just one thing you want to look out for when you first set up. Just go back in there just to double check that formula hasn't been changed. I'm going to click OK, and now you can see my conditional formatting is set up correctly. I've got the Dallas Cowboys there in that game, so that's highlighted. The New England Patriots, the Detroit Lions. Now let's say I wanted to change it up. Instead of the Dallas Cowboys, let's say I want to track the Green Bay Packers. I've got that. Now in this case, the Packers and the Lions are playing together, so let's pick a different one. Let's do the Chicago Bears. Right, so now I've got the Chicago Bears are highlighted. So now I've created an additional formatting rule that's dynamic, and it's going to update based on my selections here. So let's say I select, let's say the Kansas City Chiefs, another one. So any games that are involving teams from my watch list are going to be highlighted. So I no longer need this. This was just basically to test my logic to make sure it's correct. But by doing it in the spreadsheet, you can see it's a lot easier now to set up that conditional formatting, even when you've got complex rules that you want to set up. Do it first in your spreadsheet and then paste it into your conditional formatting, and it'll be a lot easier to set up your rules, even if they are complex. The key is to get to a point where they're returning a value of true or false for each line item that you want to test, just to make sure that your rules and your logic is set up properly. So that's the easiest way to set up conditional formatting rules, especially when you're looking at advanced ones with formulas. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.